celebrate the International Mountains Day, we will now invite mountaineer Fransiska Dimitri, or better known as Didi. She is one of the first two Indonesian female climbers who joined a 7-summit expedition and planted the red and white flag on the peak of Mount Everest. So, without further ado, let's welcome Fransiska Dimitri, who will share her experience in conquering the 7 summits. Hi, Didi.
Hi, hello Lydia, hello Hans, hello Masyasa. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us today. First of all, when did you start pursuing mountaineering?
I think it was about when I was like 8 years or something. My parents used to took my siblings and I like a hike to this waterfall in Cibodas National Park, and I think that was the first time that I felt like some connection with the outdoors. Like you feel safe, but in a big space, and like there's warmth in it as well. But then, like 10 or 11 years later, I get the chance to do it.
All right, let's talk about the
I think that's
the 7 summits. You know, to climb up to a summit of a mountain, top of a mountain, you need a team you can rely upon. So you've done the 7 summits. Do you have a team? Do you have the same team for all the 7 peaks?
So basically, I would define the team is like there's 2 kind of team that we needed to in order to achieve the 7 summits. The first one is the support team that we have in Indonesia. My team, the Wisemo team, which is our expedition name, which is the Women of Indonesia 7 Summit Expedition, Maitala Unpar. And that was like a special committee for this expedition, right? But that's the first team. That's like they do the managing, like finding sponsors and then doing publications and then also help us in preparation and stuff. But then the other one is a support team in the mountain, because we don't have basically when we went on the mountain, we didn't have much money to bring like a lot of people. So it was just the 2 of us, me and Hilda, my partner. So on the mountain itself, sometimes it's not all. Sometimes they have like a support system, as known as maybe people will be familiar with Sherpas, like they're the supporter in Himalayan peaks, like that. Yes, basically yes. Of course, you need to have a team, both a management team and also the supporting team on the mountain.
All right. So, Didi, one thing that I'm really curious about, because mountaineering on its own quite give me a mixed feeling between scary, fun, and also looking at the beautiful scenery. But how much time did you need to reach the summit of all 7 peaks? And what was the first summit?
So the expedition started on like 2014, and then we finished on 2018, which means it took us like four years, right? But it doesn't have to be always 4 years, because you can like 2 years or 10 years, even more. It depends on what kind of team do you have. Like we have big team, so we can make it a fast expedition. But if you want to go on your own, you don't have the support team, management team, it probably took longer. So yeah, that was like, it took us 4 years. And then the first mountain we climbed was Kartan Pyramid, which located in Papua.
Yeah, that only makes sense, because like probably that's the nearest from you as a starter, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the preparation. How did you prepare yourself physically and mentally for the, climbing?
Yeah. So basically, if I would say that the preparation took us 4 years, all of the 4 years, because like big mountains, high altitude mountains, ice mountains. We don't have that in Indonesia, right? So, we have to strategize with the mountains. There are like 7 mountains, so we have to like strategize based on the level of difficulty and then also the season of the mountain, and then yes, of course the financial support that we have at the
Exactly.
moment, right? Yeah. So that was, yeah, and then so basically we sort the mountain like starting from the relatively easiest, but it's not that easy, but easiest, and then we work our way up to the highest, to the most difficult, and then also the most expensive one. And to break it down in a week, we do like 5 days of training. What crazy I said was like her friend going on Rinjani, like climbing stairs to the 10th floor. That's what we did as well, with carrying pack like 24 to 30 kilos pack.
What?
Yes, going like 9 times, like, yes. And then on a weekend, usually we go hike around Bandung. Like it's basically to support on the like team dynamic, also physical, and then also mentally, because we have to like face obstacles when we are in the outdoor side. So it's like when we try and like all of it. That's basically what preparation was.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to that training. You're going up the stairs, carrying 30 kilograms of weight in your backpack. How long does that that last? That training, that particular training thing.
So I kind of forgot because it's already like 3 years. It's 3 years ago, but I think going to the 10th floor of our campus building, carrying 30 kg for 9 times. It took like 1.5 hours.
So 9 times every day.
Not every day. Like we did it like once a week.
Oh,
kind of
once a
training.
week.
And
I
other
see.
that, yes, other than that, we do like running, and then also going to the gym, and yeah, like that.
Didi, what's more difficult? Is it going up or going down? A mountain.
Okay, this is interesting question because people thought it would be like going up,
And that's
but
it, right?
it's actually going down. Yeah, right. You're right. Because when you're going down, usually people like don't reserve enough energy to go down. Like they finish it all the way just to get to the top, right?
Yeah.
But then they forget that they have to get down safely. That's when it gets difficult. I experienced some going down that was like I didn't really like. I think I was in a bridge of like aware and not. Like I was dreaming, but I still walking because it messed with my head. It messed with my side.
Was it like close to hallucinating?
Yes, for sure. It was.
Oh no.
One time in Aconcagua, in Argentina, it was quite high. It was the peak was like 6,900 something. 62, I think.
Wow.
And then on the way down, I was like I think I can describe it as walking while
Sleeping.
getting very drunk.
Walking while very drunk.
Yeah.
All right. So probably that was the thing that scrambled us from your experience. But we imagine that you breathed in fresh air when you reach the peak of a mountain. However, above certain point, instead of fresh air, you need oxygen supply, right? Like you were saying before, like you were walking when you're drunk. But can you share the experience standing on top of the world, Didi?
Okay, this is actually quite interesting because I just wrote about this particular thing on our blog. You can find us on Medium under the handle INA 7 Summit. So it's INA 7 Summits. But basically, what it felt was like you are walking above like the line of life and death, because what I can remember, because the lack of oxygen kind of mask that people have up there, right? I can remember is what I can share to you. It's like a constant reminder of life and death. Because I mean, people probably know that there are some dead bodies on the way on to the top of Everest, right?
Some
Yes,
dead bodies.
Yes. I mean, before the climb, I read about it, I know about it, but the feeling was, I didn't expect what I felt when I was looking at the dead bodies on the way to the top of Everest. It was shocking. It was shocking. And then that is the reminder of death, right? Like that could happen to me and my partner as well anytime, right?
Right.
But at the same time, there's this like 360 view of of the highest peaks in the world, covered in ice caps, and then the sea of clouds below us. It was magnificent, but also scary.
Wow.
Right?
Right. And what was the toughest challenge that you faced throughout your journey? I mean, just by seeing the movie like Vertical Limit, I see them having skin injuries like frostbite. Do you experience that as well?
Frostbite, we did experience frostbite, but it was like a minor frostbite. And it was one time only on the way down from Everest. I think we have like frostbite in here because this area was not covered by anything, so it gets exposure from cold, right?
Right.
But it was minor, and it was okay. But for me, if I want to put it, like the hard part was in the preparation, because there was a lot of pressure for us in the preparation, because we have to prepare, we have to train physically, and then we have to talk about the strategy to get sponsor, and then the publication, a lot of things we have to talk about. And then above that, we have to study, because we were studying for our bachelor degree, right? So the pressure was mostly on the preparation. Once we get to the mountain, it was more like we might might as well enjoy this time, because we don't know what will going to happen, right?
Right. Didi, among the 7 peaks, which one is the most memorable to conquer?
Okay, well, each of it actually memorable, but if I have to pick, like, of course. I mean, I only did them once. If I already did them like more than 3 times, it's probably no longer memorable or stuff, right? But if I have to choose, it will be Denali. Denali is on North America. It's the highest peak on North America. And basically, why it was memorable, because we almost got turned back by our guides.
Why?
So they were saying, like, I don't think you girls have enough energy to go up and go down safely. So they was gonna cut us off. But then they gave us one more chance. We were on the football field in Denali, which is like about 600 meters below the summit or something. And then they gave us a chance to like if you can get to the summit ridge, not the summit yet, but the summit ridge in 1 hour and 15 minutes, we are gonna let you continue to the summit. And so, like, the struggle was pushing ourselves, pushing our bodies to go to the summit ridge in 1 hour and 15 minutes. But then when we got to the top of the summit ridge, it only took us like 1 hour. So the feeling of like the celebration, I think, was even more on the summit ridge than the actual summit, because on the summit ridge there was still the possibility that we cannot go to the summit, but on the summit it's like, okay, the family summit. I think that was the most memorable one.
All right, so what would be your next conquest? Would 14 peaks be on your bucket list?
Okay, right. Well, actually, 14 peaks had been on my mind, but I mean, it's scary because it's like 14 times what I did before. And then those are big mountains, all above 8,000 meters, right? And like 2 of them, I think, is quite dangerous. Yeah, I mean, they have the percentage of they have the statistic of surviving people percentage, not the succeed climbing percentage, which is kind of scary because two people coming up, like probably one person will go down safely.
Oh wow!
That's
scary.
what basically it said. Yeah.
The fact that
Scary,
she
right?
told us that while laughing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It is scary, right? So, but it, I think about it, but I think in order to go on another big expedition like that, I really need a big team that has the same objective. If not, it's kind of hard to do it.
Come
by
on,
myself.
Didi. We believe in you. You can do it.
I think we should send a See Today
At
team
least
as well.
I already have one of the 14, right?
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
that's
13
right.
more.
That's right. 13 more to
Amazing.
come.
Yeah,
Well-
I think we're gonna send Krizia along for 14 summits,
Sure,
right?
why not? With you too, right? Well, thank you so much, Didi, for sharing your amazing experience with us tonight. Thank you. Stay inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Right, that was Fransiska Dimitri.
Wow.
It's
All
inspiring.
those scary experience that you might bump into, she was saying that while laughing.
Very casually.
Very casual. Like while we were climbing to the top, we saw like dead bodies. I was like,
No big deal.
no big deal.
Have you ever climbed a mountain?
No.
Nope.
No? I actually climbed Mount Batur, which is actually not the highest peak in Bali.
And how does that?
Wow, that was really challenging. That was actually much harder than I thought.
Yes.
And I went up there, we started climbing at 3 a.m. And it was just pitch black, and I guess we didn't have enough equipment, but we managed to get up there, and it was just a lot of lot of bruises, a lot of scratches, right?
That's why we just have to stick to the rivers and the lakes that we used
Yes.
to.
Right.
Did you go to, did you went through a proper training before that?
Of course not. I just went like, oh, okay. It's on Google Maps, and I just went and up on Mount Batur, actually, a monkey jumped on my back, like from behind me. That was one of the highlights. But now we are heading for a break. When we return, we'll talk more about the many, many mountains in Indonesia. Stay here on See the Stories.